Hey, it's MK, and I am back with another Mixed Media Mayhem recipe for you guys today. I am also combining this with Kit Conspiracy, my Cocoa Vanilla No Limits collection that I am playing with. I have two photos that I plan on putting on this layout. One of the items in the recipe is tissue paper, so I picked out this really cool constellation paper that I think matches this kit really well. The next item is stamps, so I picked out this new to me Stamperia stamp set that I picked up from a Cherry on Top. And then last but not least is modeling paste. So I have a Crafter's Workshop one and a paper glaze one. The paper glaze is Poppy Ocean. And then I missed the one on the Crafter's Workshop. I apologize. I also have this stencil that I plan on using with my modeling paste. Oh my goodness. As well as these circles. I'm so sorry, you guys. The circles that were left over from just some scraps that I had. I also pulled out all of the rest of my scraps that I had left over from this collection. So this layout was created after layout number 3, which is tomorrow. So magically you get to see all the scraps that I have left over. I also have this cut apart sheet, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or cut it apart. I have a few elements left over from the first cut apart sheet that I cut apart and I just have not used yet. And then the stripes, I believe were just leftover stripes from something because the ones on the cut apart sheet were angled. So I think this one was left over. Anyways, so I'm going to start with my stencil and my modeling paste. And what I plan on doing for this project is actually using my stencil as a stamp. So first things first is I totally forgot what I was doing. So give me a minute and then I realize what I'm doing. I just put a blob on my desk and then water it down heavily. So that way now I have more like a paint than I do a paste. And I'm just painting away at my stencil, and then I'm going to lay it down where I want it and then run my towel over it, which my towel ends up being way prettier than my piece of paper, but hey, it's okay. It is an effect that I was going for. So I'm going to do this about 3 different times, and then I'm not even worried that I get a solid impression. I'm more looking for, you know, the distressed impression, and I just decided to create this on the wood grain because I felt like it was the only place it wasn't going to get lost, that it was going to stick out the most. All right, so last one, and I'm going to set that off to dry. And then of course I've got all this mixed media that I do not want to go to waste. So I'm going to water it down and just make a big old huge mess on my glass mat and create a pattern that I think would look really good being smushed on top of a white piece of cardstock. So I went to go get a piece of white cardstock and I'm going to go ahead and just pick up all of that coloring. Well, it didn't pick it all up. So I'm going to do a little bit more water, get it going again, just activate all of that beautiful mixed media, you guys. I definitely don't want this to go to waste. I mean, look at how beautiful that is. So now I'm going to lay down that same exact piece of paper and pick it up. I tried to lay it down in the exact same spot, and that's what it looks like. I'm really super happy with it. And then I'm going to wet this, and when I wet it, it reactivated some more, and I thought, oh, I don't want to waste that either. Another piece of paper. So I went ahead and put another piece of paper down just to see what I got. A little lighter. It's okay. But stay tuned. I will be bringing those papers back for another layout. Yes, I will. So for now, I'm going to take my other mixed media. Now this one is the paper glaze. The first one was the Crafter's Workshop. This is the paper glaze. And I want a little distressed look inside my orange. And I felt like this blue and orange go really, really well. Well, my first stamping wasn't exactly straight, but that's okay. It's supposed to be distressed. So what I'm doing is I'm scraping the paste right on top of my paper. Then I am dabbing it into my stamp and stamping with it. So that way I get a really cool textured effect. And when this dries, it is actually textured. You can feel the bumps from that stamp. And I just used a random circle stamp that was on top of my Stamperia stamp set that I picked out. So once I am happy with that, I'm going to take these circles. So I'm still creating the background. I haven't even created the layout yet. So I'm going to take the circles, distress them up quite a bit, and then just glue them randomly on the page. I have no idea where my photos are going to go. I have no idea except for what I want my background to look like. And that's it. I don't have any other anything. And the reason why I decided to do this is because my photos are totally random. Like, why would you want to scrapbook that? Type of deal. So I really wanted a random background to go with my random photos. I have to say that the photos aren't random to us as a family, but they are random if you're just flipping through the album and go, oh, you took a picture of a door plate. Oh, you took a picture of the In-N-Out burger. What's up with that? Okay, so this is the same exact weekend as we went and had my daughter's 21st birthday. Well, the hotel that we were staying at is, it's a gorgeous, I love staying at this hotel, you guys. It is the Pepper Mill, and it's their new Tuscany wing. Oh, my stars. Don't stay anywhere else in Reno except for in the Tuscany Tower at the Pepper Mill. It's beautiful, you guys. And it just makes you feel fancy. It really does. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous hotel. And so as we were leaving, my son says, hey, Mom, look, 626. And I was like, oh my God, we've been here for 3 days. And I did not know that we were in room 626. So of course, had to take a picture of it because we're geeks like that, right? Seriously. And then of course, it's the topic of the conversation for about another hour in our house, right? We just absolutely love finding stuff like that. I mean, 2319 was our favorite day of the year back in the day, right? When we actually had a 2319. And so we're just geeks like that, right? I can't do Disney, but I do love their movies. I have to say, I absolutely love their movies. So when we see something random like this, we like to take a picture of it. And then of course, In-N-Out Burger is not available in our area. And so every time that we go to a place, a town, a separate outside of our area place, we search for an In-N-Out Burger. So we're sitting in line waiting for our, we got it to go because the restaurants are just too crowded for me. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I can't do crowds. I just can't. The anxiety inside me just freaks out and I just want to leave. It's just one of those things that I can't do that. And that's why I'm not a big Disney fan, because the parks are too crowded for me. I just don't think that I could ever go to the park. But I do love Disney. I love the what is it called? Give me a minute and I will think of the name. But I love what it stands for. In all honesty, I love their movies. I like Disney. I just don't think I could do the parks at all. My anxiety freaks out even talking about it. So anyways, we search through everywhere and anywhere for an In-N-Out Burger, but we always get it to go. And then of course, if you tell them that you're eating outside, they give you a nice little tray and you can enjoy it outside, which normally we've done that. But in April, it was still a little chilly, a little too chilly to eat outside. So my daughter calls, and this is the morning that we are getting ready to leave and head back home. Her birthday is done and over with, no more excitement, time to go back home. And so I don't know if you guys have ever been to an In-N-Out Burger, but they are massively popular and always busy, like every day of the week. There is no great time to go to In-N-Out Burger. And so we just pulled out of the drive-thru and my daughter calls and says, what are you guys doing? And I said, well, we're getting dinner, we're getting lunch to go on the road. And she says, oh, where at? And of course, I'm just like, do I lie to her or do I tell her the truth? And I told her the truth and I said, oh, In-N-Out Burger. And she goes, oh, seriously? And then of course she has me on speakerphone. So now all of her roommates and everybody wants In-N-Out Burger. And I'm thinking, really? And she says, but Mom, don't you want to see me before you leave? Really? Talk about a guilt trip. Okay, so now we have to flip back through and go again through In-N-Out Burger because I can't say no to that. Seriously. But now we're about 14 cars in line and we just went through the drive-thru. And you can't go inside because, oh my stars, inside the line is all the way out the door and wrapped around the building 2 times. It's crazy busy all the time. So we're inside our car eating our In-N-Out burger while waiting in line for more In-N-Out burger. Talking about how we stayed in 626 for 3 days and didn't realize it was 626. So it's never a dull moment around my family, around us. It is just, we can always find a way to entertain ourselves. We are never bored. It's just one of those things, you guys, that if you look for it, it's there. We have random acts of jokeness. We have, just pop-up things. And it's just never a dull moment around my kids, in all honesty, in all fairness. And so that is basically what this layout represents. I just wanted it to be fun. Well, then I found the word random in that little sticker section below in the stickers. And I was like, okay, I could make this work. So now my title says, Never a Random Dull Moment. Because seriously, this is how my life always is. And I really wanted to document that. And I know that the story is long and explanatory. I don't know how to say that, even if that's a word. Did I make up a word? Probably. And it probably will never end up in journaling because I can't ever think. As soon as my hand picks up a pencil, my mind goes blank. So I might just do a little QR code and put this video onto it so people can hear the story to my totally random page. Okay, so out pulls the stars, and then I tried to put that banner piece behind my arrow, which kind of gets lost on the page, but when you're looking at it, you can see the arrow. I tried to put it underneath the tissue paper, but when you put glue or any kind of adhesive on tissue paper, there's no going back. It's there for life. And so I, of course, being the stubborn person that I am, I tried to pick it up and I just made it worse. I ripped it. Now you can't see it on that one side. It tucked under and folded under itself. I mean, just a messiness. And I thought, oh, just go with it. Forget it. Put that banner away and just go with stars. And so now I am adding more stars. Now, the reason why I wanted to add the stars in the first place is because I had a glare, because our doors were very shiny, like super glossy doors. And I had a glare from the hall light on the 626 door. And so I really wanted to cover it up. Perfect thing to do is stars. So I'm going to add more stars to the layout. I hope you guys aren't getting sick of stars yet. I really hope you're not. So while I'm adding all of my stars, I want to take a few moments to let you guys know that Mixed Media Mayhem is a group of us that just want to show you guys how to use your products, either in a conventional way or in a non-conventional way. I always try to come up with something that is unique, even though we are using the same supplies. It seems like our list, our recipe list is the same exact, but if you look at it, there's so much more you can do with just those 3 items. And you'll be able to see what all that is by going down into the description box below and checking out everybody else's videos. Because we're using the exact same supplies, but look at all of the options you have to use those exact same supplies. It's so awesome, you guys. Also, too, I am hanging out with Janet, who is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. Her link and channel is also down below because she's doing the Kit Conspiracy with me. Now, I don't know if she mixed Kit Conspiracy with Mixed Media Mayhem like I did today, but it is worth a look to see because she also plays along with Mixed Media Mayhem. So you never know what you're going to find when you hang out with me or go and check out somebody else. You just never know. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate you listening to my story of absolute randomness that goes on in my family. I love sharing this with you guys, and I love the comments back. I really, really do. So I appreciate this. I appreciate you guys very, very much. It's been a blast doing YouTube for so long and sharing my stories with you guys and getting the feedback that you guys actually enjoy listening to them. I really appreciate that. And I don't know if I tell you guys that enough. So thank you. And I will check y'all later tomorrow, because I have another Kit Conspiracy layout for you guys tomorrow. All right. Thanks. See ya.